Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. In today's video, we're looking at another small atmospheric fighter, once again themed after a bee. This one that I'm currently sitting below of is called the B33-W Guard Mk1, which is this lovely thing over here. So this is armed with dual gatling guns. We've got regular atmospheric thrusters, we've got flat atmospheric thrusters to buzz around, and we come in lovely yellow and black theming, which is what you expect from a bee. We're powered by batteries hidden behind the abdomen at the back there. And of course we've got a connector on top, an antenna, and we even have a remote control block on this, so if you want to use it as a remote control drone, you have that option. As we come over to here, press F10, go through the F10 menu, then we'll go around the outside, fly around for a bit, and I think that'll be that. So for the B33-W Guard Mk1, this thing is 300 small blocks, using the Heavy Industry and Deborah Block DLC packs. We see here that it was once again made for the Trunk Army Discord, which does crop up quite a lot on the Steam Workshop page. So go give this thing a thumbs up, move around towards the very front. Well, my character could just sit there for once. And here we go. So right at the very front for the B33W, what we got is our industrial cockpit that drives this thing around, with then some regular atmospheric thrusters to the left and right hand side to help slow this thing down. They've been encased by some black armoured panels, and on the side there we can see some flat atmospheric thrusters in yellow colouring to keep us off the ground. Moving down slightly, here is our armament, which is 2 gatling guns with a camera in the middle to precisely aim them. Then surrounding all of that, coming down next to where I'm sitting, we then got some beam logs with some magnetic plates below them to allow yourself to clamp down onto the ground, while also giving you plenty of clearance to make sure you're not going to damage the bottom of this vehicle, say if you're landing on a uneven terrain or a rocky surface. It also allows you, grab on my character, to go underneath the vehicle very easily to repair it all up. So say we now walk up to this, we can even just walk all the way through. We're going to get stopped by that, but we can still crouch below it, pull out a tool, repair everything up under here if it ever took damage, repair up our legs, repair the little plates down there, and then just go off on our adventure. A very handy thing to have to save from actually lifting the vehicle up, using more power, and while save your atmospheric thrusters or gyroscopes currently broken, it saves it from wandering off by itself, and perhaps even damaging itself further. Anyway, back into this, moving all the way up, onto the side, here we go. Yes, onto the side, well, we can see some more flat atmospheric thrusters, got a red light on this side, and we can see a conveyor just over there, just linking everything together. Over in this part, how our legs have been set up, and then got some steel blocks with some columns just breaking it all up, as well as a little hint of some hazard skin right below next to our magnetic plates, just add to that extra bee-ish design. Moving all the way up slightly more, here we go. So we've got some small wings made out of some unfinished window blocks, which unlike the previous bee ship that I showcased in the past, do not flap around because there's no actual hinge on here or rotors, which does make it a lot more stable to fly, so you can just fly this around like a regular ship, and just imagine that they're flapping away as you're going off to your destination. Cross towards the back onto his abdomen, we then got his battery hidden behind some armoured panels, once again in the striped black and yellow design. Around towards the very back there, we've got some more atmospheric thrusters to boost us around, and then that's about it. On the very back here, if you wanted to, if you want to add more functionality to this ship, you could always just slap an ore detector right in the middle here. So you remove that block right there, turn this around, then there you go. Now you've got a little stinger at the back there, and you can fly this around, find some ore patches, and report it back to base if that's what you want to do. Anyway, moving all the way up, looking down, there we go, clear view at the back. Up to there's your connector and of course your antenna. There's the top of our cockpit, as well as some corrugated armor panels, which is where our front thrusters are currently sitting. Moving all the way down underneath this thing, here we go. So that's all we can see, excusing all the grass. So we've got 2 more flat atmospheric thrusters to keep us off the ground. There's all 6 of our legs, and of course all 6 of our magnetic plates. There's a very clear view of our gatling guns right below there, as well as our camera. And at the back there we go. So with that, that's that for the outside of the B33-W Guard Mk1. And for what it is, it looks bloody fantastic with its overall shape and design, as well as its colour scheme to make it look like an actual bee. From a distance, it does look very convincing, like so. Of course, from the current settings I'm currently using, you sort of lose the detail on the wings, but it does work very well overall with the design the creator was going for. Anyway, grabbing on my character, getting into the cockpit, here we go. These are the only controls we get, so what we're going to do now is lift it all the way up, there we are, then press number 1. This is going to be to fire both our gatling guns both together, there we go. Then number 2 is of course the camera right between them, so we can get a clear view of what's going on. Coming out of that and press number 4, that's for all your magnetic plates right below here to lock and unlock them, in case you don't want to press P. Anyway, number 7 is for your atmospheric thrusters all around the ship, turn them on and off. Then number 8 for your batteries to auto or recharge, and then number 9 is for that connector on top to lock and unlock it. Over to tab number 2, we've got nothing else. It's time to drive this thing around and see how it handles. So getting a bit closer to the ground, we're going to go towards the trees in the distance. There we go. And now off we go forwards. So as we have to move forwards from those 4 atmospheric thrusters or small atmospheric thrusters, we do get some nice speed and will allow us to scoot around and away from your enemies case you are, say, get bombarded by drones or any kind of pesky enemies spawned in by the modular systems encounter board. Coming to a stop should be identical, so we've got the same thrusters forwards and backwards. So there we are, safe stopping speed. So if you are charging towards your base, there's no risk of this slamming into it and while damaging both designs. Moving left, we are a lot slower than forwards and backwards, but we've only got one flat atmospheric thruster to do so. The moving up should be nice and fast thanks to the 4 flat atmospheric thrusters. The moving down is going to be gravity based. Well, that's going to be whatever it is on whatever planet you're on. And as for gyroscope controls, moving this thing around, here we go. Plenty of control over this. There's going to be no risk of you not being able to aim at your target. So say we had a target over there, very easy just to spin this around, follow your targets. It does drag a little bit, so it does have a slight hint of weight on there, which is perfectly fine. And generally what I prefer when it comes to a small ship, because it stops it from being very floaty and acting like paper. But as for that, that's pretty much it for the B33-W Guard has to offer. It's just a fantastic looking ship that did catch my eye when I was looking through the workshop page today. So I didn't really have too much time to actually record the video, so I was looking for something short and sweet. And yes, you can easily upgrade it with what you want, like I showed at the back of the ship with the ore detector. And you could always attach on more guns on there if that's what you want to do. And if you want to go the extra mile, you can always remove the wings on the side there, actually set up some rotors or hinges and have flapping wings. But once again, like the previous designs that I've showcased in the past, that does lead to some instability when flying around and could make it quite wonky, quite easy to randomly clang out and just explode. So to finish off the video, what I'm going to do now is just fly this thing around, try to find a little outcropping, slam straight into it, and I believe that'll be that. That's a nice way to end this video. But we're going to go all the way over to this section, and that'll do quite nicely. So here we go, about 80 meters from the ground. In about 3 seconds time, I'm going to slam straight into it. Here we go. And there we are. That was a nice big explosion. But not really too much damage was done to the vehicle. It looks like we lost our front atmospheric thrusters. We lost our cockpit, obviously. Guns, our cameras. But it looks like we could just slap on a new cockpit, drive this thing away. So there is that. If you're driving around at high speed and crash, there's still a possibility that you can salvage the vehicle and actually fly away and back to your base to repair all up. But with that, there'll be a link to a description below to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do because it's a fantastic looking ship and you could get a bit of fun out of it, designing even more insect themed stuff. You could even go as far as to say make a base and turn it into a giant hive if that's what you wanted to do, good old EDF style. But yes, I'll leave that up to you. So like I said, there'll be a link to a description below to download and play around yourself. Highly recommend you do. I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.